Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning into my lightning talk. Today, I'll be sharing our student-led mentorship program at UT Austin by the Society for Advancing Gender Equity in STEM. So first off, about SAGES at UT Austin, our mission is to unite women in STEM in academics and professional life and to provide support and resources by building a STEM network. And this mentorship program was held by a mentorship committee under my leadership for the past 2 years. I'm Damla, a third-year graduate student in EEB at UT Austin, and we have both graduate and undergraduate students in our committee helping with logistics and recruitment tasks. Now moving on to some of the background literature to lay groundwork for our mentorship program efforts. We as women only make up 28% of the STEM workforce, and we are underrepresented in multiple aspects of the field, such as recruitment to retention, multiple levels from undergraduate to professional life, and due to multiple complex reasons. In a survey of majority women who already have STEM careers, most reported knowing someone of the same gender in STEM. So it's clear from empirical evidence that mentorship is important for women who already have a place in the field. But it is also important to note that mentorship success in itself is a very complex process and depends on factors such as inspiration through exposure to local women role models and inoculation through training on how to grow one's mentorship network. And to leverage these benefits on mentorship on the success of women in STEM, there have been many previous efforts in designing identity-based programs, but we have identified ways in which we can add on to these and built our program to fill these gaps. So for example, previous programs usually don't take scalability and replicability into account through making resources available at low cost. And subjective mentor-mentee matching is a problem, although it is critical to let mentees choose their mentors based on professional and academic interests. Now on to some more specifics about our program. We match mentees and mentors from diverse backgrounds, ranging all levels of academic life, including industry officials as mentors. For example, an undergraduate mentee could choose any mentor levels, but a graduate student mentee can only pick mentors from the levels above them, such as postdocs, faculty members, and industry professionals. Now, one of the unique aspects of our program is that we have developed an objective and replicable algorithm that helps our mentees match their own mentors. And the process will go as follows. We ask our mentors to provide short bios, and mentees will rank their top 7 rankings based on these bios and their preferences. And we use a previously developed algorithm called maximum bipartite matching, which will optimize the process by selecting as many mentorship pairs as possible so that no pair shares the same mentor and the same mentee. And this algorithm really helps us crack the matching process, as it will take around 10 seconds to complete the whole matching, regardless of the size of the participant group. And it will be invisible towards the biases of the matcher, but it will be completely visible to the wants and the needs of our mentees. And after the matching, throughout the year, we share resources with our participants on a monthly basis to incubate the mentorship interaction, especially monthly conversation guidelines that each have a specific professional and academic development theme that is relevant to where we are in the year and to provide topics and questions for conversations. We also host social and networking events and share resources from SAGES with our program participants. With this given mentorship program structure, we have already served more than 30 mentorship pairs in 2020, 77 pairs in 2021, and already more than 100 mentorship pairs have signed up for our program that will be starting in January 2022. Now I'd like to share some statistics to display the diversity of our program from 2020 to 2021. Here we have the mentor and mentee profiles from both years. As you can see, we have a pretty good coverage and distribution of all levels of women in STEM, from faculty members to industry professionals and from grad students to undergraduates. Now on to some future directions for our program. So to better our program starting in January 2022, we are aiming for mentorship training to standardize the mentoring experience our mentees will have, more targeted mentor recruitments in which we identify the types of mentors our mentees would want beforehand, and recruit accordingly, and more social gatherings to build a mentorship network than just individual pairs. We will also design IRB approved pre and post program surveys to use our great sample size to get at some research questions on the efficacy of mentorship for women in STEM. And we also aim to make our mentorship matching tool available online in a website format so that other identity-based mentorship programs can also use it as an open access tool. Thank you so much for listening to my talk on the Stages at UT Austin Mentorship Program. And if you have any feedback or comments, please reach out to me via this email address.
Hi, thanks for listening today. My name is Allison Master, and I'm an assistant professor in the College of Education at the University of Houston. I'm going to be talking about some of our recent research on how gender stereotypes about interests start early and cause gender disparities in computer science and engineering. Gender gaps in computer science and engineering remain a large educational problem, with disparities even larger than those in math and science. Women are less likely to major in computer science and engineering in college or to enter these careers. This gender gap can be traced back to children's motivation. Girls report lower interest and confidence in these fields as early as elementary school. Societal stereotypes are beliefs that link groups with certain traits, like beliefs that girls aren't as good as boys at computer science or that engineering is for boys. When girls hear these messages, it can affect their perceptions of themselves. They begin to believe they will be good at computer science or they will belong in engineering. When they have these negative feelings, they're less motivated to sign up for these classes and activities. A lot of research is focused on stereotypes about ability, that supposedly girls aren't as good as boys. We need to help girls feel confident that they can succeed. But our newest research shows that another stereotype may be even more harmful for girls. Stereotypes about interest, that supposedly girls aren't as interested as boys. It may be even more important that girls believe they will enjoy these fields. A lot of times, the biggest influence on whether you want to do something is whether you think you'll like it, not whether you'll be good at it. Lots of girls who are good at science and math say things like, I can, but I don't want to. Our research shows that we need to help girls understand how much other girls enjoy and want to do computer science and engineering. In one study, we surveyed more than 1,500 students in grades 1 through 12 from diverse racial, ethnic, and socioeconomic backgrounds. We asked them about their stereotypes about computer science and engineering. Are boys better than girls at these fields? Are boys more interested than girls in these fields? We also asked them how interested they were in these fields. Most students thought boys were more interested, with 51% saying boys were more interested than girls in computer science, compared to only 14% who thought the opposite. This difference was even larger for engineering, with 63% saying boys were more interested than girls, compared to only 9% who thought the opposite. These beliefs emerged early and were in place by third grade. The more that a typical girl in our study believed in these stereotypes favoring boys, the less motivated she was in computer science and engineering. And this link was stronger for stereotypes about interest than stereotypes about ability. It matters whether girls think that computer science and engineering are for boys. We also did an experiment to test the effects of stereotypes. We told 8 and 9-year-olds about 2 computer science activities. For one activity, we told them girls are less interested in this than boys, so the activity had a gender stereotype linked to it. For the other activity, we told them girls and boys are equally interested, so it was not stereotyped. Then we asked whether they wanted to do these activities.
So are you interested in doing the searching activity today? The one that girls are much less interested in than boys are? Yes or no?
No, I want to do the other one.
Okay.
Most girls showed this pattern of being less interested in the activity that they thought girls were much less interested in than boys. This graph shows their interest on a scale from 1 to 6. Girls were significantly less interested in the stereotyped activity, shown in dark green, than the non-stereotyped activity, shown in light green. Girls were less interested in this stereotyped activity than boys were. But if you look just at the 2 lighter bars on our graph, there was no gender gap in interest for a non-stereotyped activity. When we asked them to pick which one they wanted to do, most girls chose to do the non-stereotyped activity, but boys had no preference. So all else being equal, stereotypes can cause gender gaps to form where they didn't exist and make girls less interested in computer science activities. What I'd like you to take away from this talk is that we need to start counteracting stereotypes about who's interested in computer science and engineering. Every chance we get, we need to try to send girls the message that girls enjoy computer science and engineering, and we need to show them that girls have fun when they write code and invent things and use technology to design cool things. If we remove the barriers created by stereotypes, we can give more girls an opportunity to discover that they enjoy these things too. The stereotypes that computer science and engineering are for boys reinforce girls' sense that they don't belong and won't enjoy these activities. But we can help change this story one girl at a time. Thanks for listening. We're always looking for teachers and schools to partner with us for research, so please reach out if you want to chat more or talk about partnering with us in the Identity and Academic Motivation Lab at the University of Houston. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Kathleen Horkowitz, and I'm speaking to you today about developing problem-solving skills to build competencies for leadership roles in STEM. In this 5-minute presentation, I will cover why problem solving is important for women and girls in STEM, including critical thinking, problem solving skills, and leadership capabilities. Then I will present a simple 4-step problem solving toolbox that can be used for a wide range of business and personal challenges. And finally, I will emphasize the value of developing these problem solving competencies for leadership roles in STEM. Critical thinking today requires strong problem-solving skills. Business and personal challenges can be complicated, messy sometimes. The ability to simplify a problem helps us understand key issues and provides clarity for communication and solutions. Developing problem-solving skills early in our careers provides access to a broad range of career opportunities across the technical and business spectrum that we can use throughout our academic and professional career. Problem solving is fundamental in leadership roles, including for both strategic and operational planning. Leadership roles leverage strategic planning capabilities to provide direction for actions and guidance for decision-making. Our early technical roles are generally individual contributor roles where we develop operational planning capabilities to plan, execute, and deliver our individual projects. Here I present a logical 4-step process to teach structured problem-solving skills to simplify the complex for research, business, or personal challenges. The steps consist of defining the problem clearly, identifying the key issues and challenges that need to be overcome to achieve success, identifying action options, and building the work plan. Finally, synthesizing and communicating with clarity. The toolbox consists of 4 templates that step through this process. This approach is grounded in the early pioneering work by McKinsey Consulting Company and is now widely used across the professional business consulting industry. The steps build on each other from step 1 through step 4, starting with step 1, the Situation Challenge Resolution Template, SCR, for describing the current situation. Step 2 is used to outline key issues in a structured format and propose actions to resolve challenges. In step 3, you build the action work plan, and step 4 is for synthesizing the overarching idea and communicating with clarity. This is the Step 1 SCR template. It walks you through 5 lines to describe the aim of the project, the current state, the challenges, and vision of success. The aim of the project is clarified through this process and captured as the problem statement in Step 2. This is the Step 2 issue tree template. The problem statement here is formatted as a question. What actions do we take now to develop this product by this time, given these conditions, to deliver this goal? It is called an issue tree because of the branching nature. You start with the problem statement on the left and work to the right, articulating issues, developing action options, and building the activities work plan. This template is expandable as necessary to handle multiple activities for multiple actions for multiple issues. For step 3, you build the activities work plan, specifying who does what, by when, with what resources. Here you have a basic work plan with activities and timeline. We simply transfer the results of step 2 to this template and add the activity timing and project milestones to complete the work plan. Step 4 uses the synthesis pyramid template for synthesis and communication. On the top line, you synthesize the overarching idea by restating the problem statement as your completed goal, as shown. The middle line is for the key issues. It summarizes the impact or insights for each issue that initially posed a challenge for this project or business. The lower line is for key actions. It summarizes the outcome of the activities that were carried out under each action. It's that simple. 4 steps, 4 templates. Each step provides input for the next step. To summarize, the value of developing problem-solving competence early in our careers is that it enables us to build leadership capabilities at an early stage, and it helps simplify the complex. With these skills, we can successfully navigate challenges and adapt to changing business conditions, achieve our goals for long-term success, and increase the retention of women in the workforce. Thank you.
Greetings, Texas women and girls in STEM Summit participants. My name is Freda Newman, the presenter of the Lightning Talk focusing on strategic engagement. I've spent many years working with students in a variety of settings in North America as an elementary educator. I worked in a variety of settings and helped students learn and to be engaged and enthusiastic about their learning. The word focus, as defined in Oxford's dictionary, is a central point of concentration, interest, and activity. The word strategic or strategy is defined as the policy designed to achieve a major or overall aim. And I believe we can be strategic in helping kids have a strategy in staying connected with STEM throughout their education. It is important to keep students engaged in actively learning by doing activities that keep them interested and pique their interest. We use our 5 senses every day. What better way to capitalize on using their senses than to help them to use their senses to engage in learning and to help increase their growth in STEM and learning overall? The 5 senses are sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. Using all 5 senses can help students engage and be actively involved in their learning. They can help them form and improve their learning skills by utilizing their senses and helping them to stay focused and engage in learning at the same time. Over the years, I've worked in environments where the classrooms had all white walls or had such bright colors and animation, the students had a hard time staying focused and finishing their tasks on time. Having neutral colors and light tones help the students to not be overwhelmed by their environment, but be able to have thoughtful process and be able to have discussions and talks without being distracted by their environment. Also, having sand timers were helpful because a sand timer helped students to see that their time was ticking away and that they needed to be on task to help them finish their project on time. Schedules and structure also assisted. Hearing. Playing classical music is a great way to get students to be engaged in their learning. Having phone alarms or soothing music or ringtones can also help with their attention. When students are engaged for a long period of time, it's also helpful to let them pick the music that will help them to really stay engaged throughout the duration of their class period. You can also increase the volume or increase the sound to help students know that time is almost up or that they have a longer time to finish the project that they're working on. Taste. Taste or providing students with a snack during their lessons or giving them a break can also help students stay engaged longer. The welcome distraction helps students to get fuel that they need to continue on their assignments. The sense of touch is used very often in STEM. Sense of touch is used to help students stay connected or feel connected to their project, using manipulatives, clipboards, clay, and other tools to help them solve their problems and come up with new solutions, help students to really get engaged and want to work on their projects with others and also by themselves. The sense of smell is also helpful. Many of my coworkers use aromatherapy or essential oils and fragrances in their classroom. This helps their students to have a calming feel, and it helps students to stay focused a longer period of time. The smell is really nice, and there's benefits in having different fragrances because it helps to reduce anxiety in some students and improve job performance and have a stress-free environment. I enjoy reading the quote, "We remember." We remember 10% of what we see, 30% of what we see and hear, and 90% of what we see, hear, and do. I believe the same way is with the same thing can be said about our senses. If we use all of our senses together, we can learn, grow, and be actively engaged in STEM and over time and for a longer period of time. Thank you.